Are you a beginner hammock camper? If you are, these are mistakes that you're making and that I made as well. So mistake number one that I made when I first started hammock camping was pulling the hammock as tight as I could possibly get it, because I thought that I would get a flatter lay. So I would always try to get it as flat as possible by stretching it super tight. And the problem with pulling the hammock too tight was once I got in and laid down, I was completely swallowed up by the fabric and felt super constricted. And your shoulders are all scrunched up. I mean, you've got zero room inside. So yes, you may lay flatter, but you're gonna have a miserable, uncomfortable night. Pulling it super tight also puts a lot of tension on the trees the straps are attached to. So the way to get an actual comfortable lay is to actually have some sag in the hammock. And a good way to judge this is by making an L with your finger and matching it up with the straps. It should be straight across your finger, so if it's too tight, your thumb won't touch. And if it's too loose, then your finger won't touch. So that's a really good way to tell that you've got it at a 30-degree angle and you've got enough swag. Now when you get in the hammock, you can sit in and lay diagonally and get a super comfortable flat lay. So you can see I'm laying here in the hammock. My head's on one side over here and my feet are on one side over there, and I am just about completely flat, and it is so much more comfortable. And you can also sit up better. You've almost got like a headrest back here if you want to enjoy views. So it's just a better way all around. The second hammock camping mistake I made as a beginner was not checking for dead tree branches above me that could fall during the night. So widowmakers are really large branches that are dead, and they could fall off in the middle of the night and kill you, hence the name widowmakers. So that's not really a problem right here because these are pretty short trees. So the only branches that could fall are just little tiny ones, so that's not going to do any damage. So the third mistake that I made when I started out hammock camping was not getting a hammock that had a bug net on it. So this is literally just a $40 hammock from Amazon, and it's got this amazing bug net on it with these lines. I like to put 2 sticks in the head and foot end just to spread out the bug net more. And this hammock also leads me into tip number 4, which is get an 11-foot hammock, not a 9-foot one. So 11-foot hammocks are going to give you a lot more room to spread out in, especially when you lay diagonally like I was telling you earlier. So I did that with this hammock. This is a 11-foot hammock with a bug net. So it just helps a lot, especially if you're in the south. And then sit in here. Sits back up. And you can just see how much room is in here. I mean, it's like a castle. Bug net's all the way up there. I'm here, and you can see just how flat I'm laying on the diagonal. So, yeah, this is a great hammock. I would definitely recommend it for beginners. So definitely get a bug net and get an 11-foot hammock. You will not regret it. You will sleep so much more comfortably and have loads of lot more room. So the 5th mistake that I made was not having insulation underneath of me. And I don't just mean a sleeping bag. So a sleeping bag keeps you warm by what is called loft. And what loft is when you've got a down sleeping bag, or just any sleeping bag in general, you've got that puffy material, and that traps the warm air, which keeps you warm. But when you're on a hammock and all your weight is on this material, so when you're in your hammock and all your weight is on that material, all that loft is just compressed to nothing. And even if it's like a 65-degree night out and you've got a pretty warm bag, your back will still be cold in the sleeping bag. So that's why they make called an underquilt, and it usually suspends from one end, and it's like a sleeping bag that goes on the outside of the hammock underneath. And then on the inside, you usually sleep with what's called an overquilt, which just has an enclosed foot box but no zipper. The back is open. So you sleep in that, and that keeps your top warm, and then the underquilt keeps your bottom warm. What you can also do is some sort of foam mat in there or a sleeping pad. I don't find that as comfortable, which leads me into mistake number 6, which is not buying a flat lay hammock sooner. This is the Hammock Drama. It's a Norwegian company and they make a flat lay hammock. This thing is absolutely revolutionary to outdoor sleep. If you want to see a full review video on this or how to set it up, all the features, let me know in the comments down below and I would be glad to do that. So, I mean, I've literally slept in this thing better than at my home bed sometimes. So this thing is awesome. You can sleep on your stomach, on your side, any position that you want. And as an insulated mattress that goes on the inside, so you don't need an underquilt. It does take a little bit of getting used to getting in, but once you've got the hang of it, there is absolutely nothing better. I mean, you can see I am literally completely flat. It's so comfortable. And the coolest part about this is that if I sit up and adjust a couple of these straps, then I've got a recliner in the wild. So it's like literally the coolest piece of gear I own. It's my favorite piece of gear. And it's got a built-in bug net. And then there's a line up here, a little pouch on the ridge line. It's got some bungee cord, and you can take this and hook it to a loop back here, and it keeps the bug net off your face. And then you can fully zip it shut. And now I'm perfectly safe and protected from bugs. One of the neat features about having a hammock like this, instead of laying parallel with the trees or in line with the trees, you're laying perpendicular. So that allows for you being able to look out and see the views. And again, it's so comfortable. And then in the mornings, if you want to make coffee, you can just unzip the top right here and lean out the side, and then you can set your cooking stuff down here and do whatever you want. And it's super comfortable. I don't even have to leave. This thing is not tippy at all. It's super stable. Again, if you want to see a full feature video on this product, let me know down in the comments below. Also, if you want me to do like a frequently asked questions video on this product, please drop those questions down below and I would love to answer any questions I can. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned a bunch of tips and tricks that can help make your hammock camping more comfortable. If there's other tips that you've learned over the years, again, post them down below and help everyone out, and I'd love to hear your opinions too. So thank you for watching. Please like and please subscribe. I'm trying to help my channel grow. Once I hit 1,000 subscribers, then I can monetize this channel and be able to make more content and better content for you guys. So I would really appreciate that. And until the next video, stay in the wild.